Global power isn't disappearing, it's reorganizing. Economic momentum, demographics, and technology are quietly reshaping who holds influence, and the countries that understand this shift are positioning themselves years ahead of the rest. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 countries that will dominate the next decade, not based on hype, not based on headlines alone, but on long-term signals hidden inside data, trends, and global movements already in motion. This is a 4K deep dive into the nation's building influence, resilience, and leverage for the 2030s. Watch until the very end, because the country at number 1 isn't just growing, it's redefining how global dominance works. And if you enjoy future-focused rankings like this, make sure to subscribe. These shifts are happening whether we notice them or not, and this channel is here to break them down clearly, consistently, and ahead of the curve. Now let's begin. Number 10, Turkey. You might not expect Turkey to appear on a list about future dominance, but that's exactly why it matters. Turkey sits at a crossroads, literally and strategically, between Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. As global supply chains diversify and regional power blocks become more important, countries that connect worlds gain leverage. Turkey's manufacturing base, growing defense industry, and strategic geography give it influence far beyond what its GDP ranking alone would suggest. It plays a critical role in energy transit, trade routes, and regional diplomacy, often acting as a balancing force between larger powers. Despite economic volatility, Turkey continues to invest heavily in infrastructure, transportation hubs, and domestic production. Over the next decade, that positioning, rather than short-term stability, may define its relevance. Turkey isn't trying to dominate the world. It's positioning itself to be unavoidable. Number 9, Nigeria. Nigeria represents the future power of demographics. By the 2030s, Nigeria is projected to have one of the largest working-age populations on Earth. While many developed nations struggle with aging populations and shrinking labor forces, Nigeria's youth-driven growth offers a long-term advantage that can't be ignored. Its tech ecosystem is already expanding, especially in fintech, digital services, and mobile innovation. Lagos has become one of Africa's most important startup hubs, attracting international capital and talent. Challenges remain: infrastructure, governance, and inequality, but history shows that countries with scale, population, and time tend to shape global outcomes eventually. Nigeria may not dominate headlines today, but in the next decade, its influence will increasingly be felt in labor markets, consumption, culture, and digital innovation. Number 8, Brazil. Brazil's power lies in something the world is running out of: resources. As global demand rises for food security, clean energy inputs, and sustainable materials, Brazil's agricultural strength, water reserves, and mineral wealth place it in a strategic position. Brazil is already one of the world's largest food exporters, feeding hundreds of millions beyond its borders. As climate volatility affects global supply chains, countries that can reliably produce at scale gain geopolitical leverage. Beyond resources, Brazil's large internal market, expanding renewable energy sector, and growing regional leadership in South America strengthen its long-term relevance. Brazil's dominance won't come from speed. It will come from necessity. Number 7, Russia. Russia's future influence is often debated, but rarely dismissed, and for good reason. Russia remains one of the world's most resource-rich nations, with massive energy reserves, industrial capacity, and geographic scale. Even as global politics shift, energy security and strategic materials continue to shape international relationships. Over the next decade, Russia's role will likely evolve rather than disappear, particularly as regions prioritize self-sufficiency, regional alliances, and multipolar power structures. Russia's influence won't always be visible in consumer trends or technology headlines, but will remain deeply embedded in energy, security, and regional power balances. Dominance isn't always loud. Sometimes it's structural. Number 6, United Kingdom. The United Kingdom's strength lies in systems, not size. Despite no longer being part of the European Union, the UK remains a global financial hub, legal center, and innovation node. London continues to function as one of the world's most influential financial cities, shaping capital flows across continents. The UK also leads in research, higher education, biotech, and creative industries. Its soft power, through language, media, law, and culture, extends far beyond its borders. In a decade defined by intellectual property, regulation, and financial coordination, countries with trusted systems gain disproportionate influence. The UK may not dominate through scale, but through control points. Number 5. Germany. Germany dominates without spectacle. It remains Europe's industrial backbone, known for precision manufacturing, engineering, and export-driven strength. While other economies chase rapid growth, Germany focuses on durability, efficiency, and long-term competitiveness. As industries transition toward automation, advanced manufacturing, and sustainable production, Germany's technical expertise becomes even more valuable. Germany also plays a central role in shaping European economic policy, standards, and trade rules, influence that extends far beyond national borders. In the next decade, Germany's dominance will look quiet, but deeply embedded in how global industry actually functions. Number 4. European Union core states. While not a single country, the European Union's core states operate as a unified economic and regulatory force, and that matters. The EU sets global standards in privacy, digital regulation, environmental policy, and consumer protection. Companies around the world often adjust their practices to comply with European rules, even outside Europe. With a massive combined market, advanced infrastructure, and strong institutional frameworks, the EU shapes how technology, trade, and sustainability evolve globally. In the next decade, dominance won't only be about growth rates, it will be about rule-making power. And in that arena, the EU remains unmatched. Number 3. India. India's rise is no longer a prediction, it's a trajectory already underway. With one of the world's youngest populations, rapid digital adoption, and expanding industrial base, India is positioned to become a defining force of the next decade. Its technology sector continues to scale globally, its manufacturing capacity is expanding, and its domestic market is vast and increasingly connected. India's advantage lies in timing. As other nations age, India's workforce grows. As supply chains diversify, India becomes indispensable. India isn't just catching up. It's accelerating into relevance. Number 2. China. China remains one of the most complex forces shaping the future. Despite economic headwinds and structural challenges, China's scale, infrastructure, manufacturing capacity, and technological ambition remain unmatched. China leads globally in industrial output, logistics networks, and large-scale technological deployment. Its ability to execute long-term national strategies gives it leverage few countries can replicate. Over the next decade, China's influence will likely evolve, shifting from pure expansion toward consolidation, innovation, and strategic depth. China's dominance won't disappear. It will transform. Number 1. United States. At number 1 stands the United States, not because it's perfect, but because it remains unmatched in combined influence. The U.S. leads in advanced technology, artificial intelligence research, global finance, military capability, and cultural reach. Its companies shape how the world communicates, works, and consumes information. American universities attract global talent. American capital fuels innovation worldwide. American platforms influence global behavior daily. What sets the United States apart is adaptability at scale, the ability to absorb shocks, reinvent industries, and remain central even as the world shifts. In a decade defined by uncertainty, the U.S. remains the system other systems still orbit. The next decade won't belong to the loudest nations, but to the most prepared. Some will dominate through technology, others through demographics, resources, or systems, and a few will shape the rules everyone else must follow. The real question isn't which country will rise, but which ones will adapt fast enough to stay relevant. If you found this breakdown valuable, make sure to subscribe for more future-focused global rankings, deep dive analysis, and 4K long-form content designed to help you understand where the world is actually heading. Because the future isn't random, it's already taking shape. And now you know where to look.